Okay, we should be live now, and it's me again, Gray, and I'm joined by a couple of guys from. Well, I'm trying to practicing my pronunciation. Ygodeh, is it Ygodeh? Is it pronounced?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ygodeh.
Ygodeh. Very nice.
Yeah.
First time. That's impressive.
No, I did it before on my show, and I was saying Ygodeh, or something like that. I was trying to say, because I was thinking the YG, because I was thinking of the world tree Yggdrasil from like Norse mythology, and some reason I was pronouncing it like that, like Ygodeh or something like that. But that's always my first question. Like, what's in the name, and what the heck's the name about, guys? You have to explain it to us.
Yeah, the name doesn't really mean my understanding is it was created so that it would just symbolize us. You know, when you listen to like Metallica is not a name; it's just a band. So when you put it into Google, obviously, whatever, and you search for it, it's the first thing that comes up. It was the same thing with Ygodeh in the beginning, but now obviously we have a different story arc and it plays more of a character role. But yeah, there's no it doesn't really like mean anything.
No real deep story.
Yeah. Like if you look at Ygodeh in a dictionary, you're not going to find it, kind of thing.
No. So who came up with the name? Because there's only one. Is it how many guys in the band now? Because I've been looking at Metal Archives, and that's all old information now. I think it's well old. No one's updated it. Like everything's changed.
So with Ygodeh, Ygodeh began in 2011. In a small city called Daugavpils in Latvia. Amazing city. I highly recommend everyone goes there. It's really nice. With the current guitarist, who's the creator of Ygodeh. And then it moved to the UK in 2013, which was when I joined. And the sound was a bit more different, a bit more brutal. And then we took a bit of a break, and now we have a new kind of style with new members, which Melissa Raab is also one of those new members. So that's kind of a brief history breakdown of Ygodeh.
Then you all like play characters in the band as well. It's very much like a kind of theatrical kind of outfit. Well, how would you describe it? I mean, I know you've gone from being like technical progressive to being synthetic post-apocalyptic metal is the genre now, isn't it?
Yeah.
What does that entail?
I'll leave that for Melissa Raab to answer.
Okay.
All right, so I'm here. I'm calling in from Zambia currently, Lusaka, Zambia, and you're a little bit. Your sound is a little bit pixelated, but I think the question was sort of describing the world that our band lives in. Yeah. Yeah,
that do.
Yeah.
That's better than the question I asked, actually. So we go with that.
So yeah, we will. So Ygodeh has, I think we've got 5 albums out, and it actually started just before the last album that we did, where I had just joined the band, and we had I remember we were playing in this competition to play at Bloodstock 2000. It was at 19, I think so. Yeah, and I remember asking before our first gig, I asked, so what is there any sort of like dress? What are we going for? And then the idea was, or the feedback I sort of got was, well, a little bit like Mad Max, something post-apocalyptic, so just look a little bit crazy. And then I thought I just started taking it way too seriously. So we started sort of coming up with. My mind just started to go crazy, and like I was thinking up this whole sort of world. I like the idea of us being like these four guys playing in a band, driving around a post-apocalyptic Britain.
It's not far off.
It's in the year 132 post-Brexit PB. So we're driving around our armored band bus, and we've got like these characters that we developed together. And we started driving from fortified outpost to fortified outpost, playing for them. The currency, this post-apocalyptic wasteland, is either fuel or metal. And all to the fucking brim. So that's the whole. So we started making this world that we existed in, and now everyone has their own developed character, and when we play on stage, we're in character, and it's so much fun, because when you stage live, as in my case, I'm a bionic pleasure machine for the future.
Okay.
I was found, completely fucked and discarded in the side of the road. No battery left. The band picked me up, recharged me, and found out I had impeccable rhythm. And then they asked me to play drums.
Okay.
And when I'm up, playing drums, I'm Melissa Robb.
All right.
Which is a name I came up with. I was watching Les Miserables, and then I was thinking, change it into Melissa Robb. It's a fantastic drag name. So then I came up with that. And so I am that character. And when you play live and you're in character, you can't make any mistakes, because if you fuck behind the drums, or if my drumstick breaks, or then
forget your pedal.
It's this crazy psychopathic robot called Melissa Robb, and she just gets really angry and crazier. So it's very, very liberating playing as a character. So that's my.
It sounds like a bit of a psychology-less sort of session as well. Like, do you act out some kind of like a deep-rooted kind of neuroses while you're playing the character, or anything like that? Does it cause any deep-rooted neuroses playing the character? Even, who knows?
I didn't hear that at all. I'm sorry, it was too pixelated.
Yeah, you're breaking up a bit as well, actually, when you're talking. I just wondering. Well, let's talk to Jesus then about his character. He's got mute at the moment. Yeah, you're mute, Jesus.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I just when you were talking again, you'd be muted when you were talking again. So, what's your character? Have you come up with your own sort of history for Jesus?
Yeah. I think for Jesus, obviously being a vocalist, he's very vocal, and preachers are very vocal. Hence the Reverend Jesus.
The Reverend
Jesus. Yeah, Jesus putting a bit of a fling on Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even for me, I'm still kind of understanding who this Jesus character is. Like with the last album, there was some quite like morbid ideas to play around with, because there's nothing to really, because it's all brand new. I haven't really created a complete story. It's just a lot of fun to kind of just go with the flow with Jesus. Obviously, Jesus being the vocalist and the Reverend, he doesn't really answer to anybody. So it's a free for all for me. It's all good.
Okay, so do you dress up like in a preacher's outfit for your gigs?
Yeah, it's like semi-preacher outfit, I wear like a mechanical mask. I should show you actually. It's in here somewhere. And a hooded like cloak kind of thing. It's a mix between someone who's obviously been, who was once a normal preacher or a priest, then found a new religion and started to convert people to this new religion.
I play a lot of Fallout 4. I don't think guys play Fallout 4, post-apocalyptic, and like the children of Atom, like they worship the bomb, they worship the radiation.
Exactly. It's funny actually. The mask looks a lot like one of the characters from Fallout. And when I revealed the characters, a few people sent pictures of the character from Fallout with the mask. And I was like, oh yeah, people are clicking on. And I had to change my idea completely.
Oh, did you? Oh, you didn't want to copy it, so you went for something different.
No, exactly. Exactly.
So what is the end of then? What caused the apocalypse? Is it post-nuclear war? Or is it just like Brexit has fucked the country up? What is the apocalyptic event that the band idea is sort of based on after?
Yeah, you go, Melissa. I'll let you just explain.
Again?
Did you hear it?
No, can you repeat it? Sorry.
I was saying, what is the post-apocalyptic event? What is the apocalypse event in the story of the band? Is it just nuclear war, or is it just like general fucked up because of Brexit?
So again, you're a bit pixelated, but I think the question was what happened after Brexit.
Now, what happened to cause the apocalypse in your have you actually dreamed that bit up, or is it not part of the story?
We don't really know. Nobody really knows. We know right now that it is an and you know, you need to have your back pocket to keep alive. It was probably, it was probably after Brexit, probably a lot of fishermen very disheartened by the fact that they couldn't sell their fish. I don't know, but there was a lot.
I'm only getting so much of what he's saying anyway.
Yeah,
I'm only picking up over your foot. Maybe let's talk about. So when did the new kind of like concept start? Was that just before the new album, or or was it been on for a while?
Yeah, it's kind of just before the new album. So we done the last album, Clinical Maleficent, which was, I'm gonna guess and say 2016 or 2017, and then we kind of took a bit of a break.
Right.
So myself and Piton to focus on other stuff and the other projects and stuff. And then it was around 2019 or 2018 when he sent me an idea for a song, and I was like, yeah, this is really different to what we usually what we've been doing before, because it was just me and him in the band at that time.
Yeah.
And then as Morten said, so Morten, Melissa Raab joined, and then myself and Piton started to work on this new sound concept, but the post-apocalyptic stuff wasn't there. It was just the sound was a bit different. And then Morten came in with his amazing brain and created this post-apocalyptic vibe to go with what we were writing. So before the album came out, we did have our costumes and stuff were all kind of done.
Is that where the synthetic comes in? Maybe we should explain give us an idea of the band's sound for anyone who doesn't know you or just like might come watch this later on. How would you say you guys compare to?
Okay, that's a good question. Ygodeh is a mix, man. Like for me, it's a huge mix of stuff. A lot of people they used to refer to the sound as a band called Dorian Gray. But I quite like Dorian Gray. It's very industrial sounds as well. I mean, for me, the new album is a lot more commercial than the stuff before. I think that's why now we're kind of picking up more speed, because it's more commercial and not so dark. So like for me, some songs like Symbolic Generation sounds to me like a bit like Cradle. Where you may have some songs like Vigilante or FIX, which is maybe more industrial side, reaching towards, I don't know, bands which, I'm trying to think bands which are relevant now. I would say Fear Factory, but Fear Factory aren't really.
People know what you mean, though.
Fear Factory, or with black metal elements, because I come from a very the bands before Ygodeh that I was in was very black metal. So my voice is built around that.
What was your last band? Or maybe I might know them.
I was in a band called Black Despair, which was a melodic death metal band. It's still going in Japan now, but due to visa stuff, we had to depart.
It's a shame.
But
who does the lyrics for the band? Are you the lyric writer?
Myself, yeah.
So what kind of stuff do you talk about? I'm always interested in people hearing about different songs. If you want to give us a couple of and also I'd like to hear what's your favourite lyric that you've written. So give us a little overview, and what lyric when you sing it you say to yourself, "Fuck, I'm glad I wrote this line." Have you got anything like
that? That's a good question. So for the Ygodeh album, probably. So from the Ygodeh album, my favorite song is probably Vigilante. And there's only 3 words in that song that I love to sing, and it says "fuck you all." And whenever you say that, everyone's like, "Yeah, I completely understand." So I think for me, that's probably my favorite song. Like the word "fuck you all" is kind of like a liberation kind of song about understanding who you are and fuck everybody else.
Okay, so it must be quite cathartic to shout that out at a live gig.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You don't get anyone coming to see you after and say, "Oh, you don't fucking tell you to fuck yourself, you bastard." You don't get no one like that, taking it the wrong way, thinking you're having a tantrum on stage. They can tell it's actually part of the song. Yeah.
No. I mean, thankfully, everyone who comes to our gig is pretty cool and understands.
Well, it looks like it's just me and you for the rest of it. I've got a private chat from Morton. Apparently, his Wi-Fi is too weak and he can't hear us. And he keeps being thrown off.
Oh,
so looks like it's me and you to the end now.
Oh no worries. I like it.
Yeah.
How should come over? You're only down the road, so I can.
I know. We could have had a walk on the flats or something like that, and had a chat.
Yeah.
Talking along, edit it later or something like that. You'd have to come to one of my hangouts, just like online hangout on them. I'm trying to start them Friday night.
Sure. Actually,
next thing I'm going to talk about, like maybe I started doing I've done a podcast like since 2013. I've done a High Speed Hangover podcast, and I've now started doing High Speed Hangover vidcast on YouTube where I'm playing videos of bands. I finished off the very first one with your video for I can't remember. I've got to try and find the name of the blinking track. Where is my blinking folder? Yeah, that's the one. What is it? It's One Night Stand director's cut. And let's just say that you may be getting a few bills sent to you for psychological problems. All the guys in the chat were going, "Oh, what's going on here?" This old fella sitting there with like just a pair of pants on, like waving a dildo around, and they all in the comments they're all going, "What's going on? I need eye bleach. Where do we send the complaints to?" And I said, "You got to send the complaints to Ygodeh, man. They thinking it's their video." It's quite a good video actually. It was fun. Yeah, it's really good. Cool. It's really good fun. But yeah, that was a pretty cool video. Want to go tell us the story behind that? Where did you do that? It seemed like a very professional looking video.
Yeah. So the story about that one, the director's a good friend of mine and a business partner as well.
Cool.
And he wanted to do a music video for a metal band, and it was around roughly the time when we did. I think Pitton sent me the song for One Night Stand around that time, and I remember talking to Claudio, and Claudio was like, "Oh, I'm not going to do his accent because but he was like, "Oh, I got this amazing idea of unicorns, and at the end there's a huge dildo." And then then he's like, "Oh, do you any bands who would be up for it?" And then Pitton sent me the song. I think like a day later, and I was like, "Oh, listen to this. What do you think?" And then literally 2 weeks later, we were filming it. I was like, "Wow, that was."
Wow.
That's kind of the backdrop to One Night Stand, yeah.
Who was? Because I think you was the guy in the mask tied to the bed at one point.
Yeah.
Was you all in it? Who was the guy who was the main actor kind of thing? Was that like someone you paid to actually do it? Was that one of the band?
No. The guy, really nice guy named Alex, the friend of Claudio's.
Okay.
He actually helped to produce it as well. He provided a lot of the camera equipment and the lenses and stuff. And then we needed someone who'd be risque enough to do that role, and he jumped it. So I don't know what that says about him, but.
Yeah, what is the actual song about? Does the video actually properly describe the song, or is it just the subject matter like that?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like the song "One Night Stand" is about having a one night stand with someone who is you think you're all crazy, you think you got the world under control, then you meet someone who's like tenfold.
Okay.
But obviously the video kind of is a bit about that, but I think Claudio's vision was more this guy who obviously is in a business suit, like a normal 9-to-5 kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's got these things in the closet, and obviously at the end his wife finds something what he's doing in the bedroom.
That's right. Wife and kid comes in and it all stops. I forgot about it in the end. That was quite a good laugh at the end. And you said something about unicorns. He's got like a unicorn. He's got like a cuddly toy at one point, hasn't he? Is that a unicorn toy? Yeah. And he's got someone in the bath, someone hiding in the closet. When it was the guy in the bath, I got like a vibe. Remember that there was like a cannibal killer who like who advertised for his victim, and he came along. Like his victim actually wanted to be eaten. I mean, I don't know if this is apocryphal from the internet or how much of the truth there is in it. And he was in the bath, and the bloke and I was getting that vibe from it. I thought, is he a cannibal sex killer or something? Or but yeah,
nice.
But I assumed it was just like the idea was it was all consensual kind of. Play was
yeah. I think obviously for him, obviously the wife wasn't at home, the kids were at school. So he was, he had his day with Ygodeh. That was that was the concept.
Any other plans for any other videos? Because the thing is, I can't play that again because I've got copyright strike for playing it, so I won't be able to play that again. Yeah, no, it must be. I don't know. You've got a label or something like that that's registered with. But when I played it, it came up as not like a strike, but it's like a copyright claim. So it just means that I kind of can't really play them because I might end up getting in trouble if I do too many like that, you know. So I don't know who it was with, but yeah, I think maybe you could send me like a live clip or something that's not going to give me a copyright strike, and I can play that again on another show kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah. Where did you film that? Was that because you seem to be quite international, by the sounds of it? I mean, are you not all situated in London or?
Usually we are in London. Yeah. We all have like residency in London, but the drummer travels quite a bit. But yeah, we're all kind of based in. I think the bass player is in South, like Crawley or something like that, and then I'm here in Leighton. Everyone's on the east side or Crawley. Right.
I know that Morton he's in Africa somewhere. Did he say he was in Zambia or something?
Yeah. At the moment he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that where he comes from originally?
No. Yeah. Morton is actually Danish.
Right.
Yeah. But I think he lives in on the east. He lives in East London.
Okay.
Quite close to here as well. So.
Did you film the video in East London?
We did. Yeah, we filmed it in Leighton. Yeah. The little house in Leighton.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's really weird. Like thinking about it now, like I remember doing that video, and it was.
How long did it take to do? Was it?
No. We filmed it in a day.
In a day,
really quick. Yeah. It was a long day, but we filmed it all in a day, and then it was done in about a week or 2 weeks.
Whose dildo was it?
It's probably Claudio's, knowing Claudio.
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably using it right now.
Whilst watching this?
Probably, yeah.
Well, that's good. If that elicits that kind of reaction, fair enough.
It would not surprise me.
Any other plans for future music videos?
Yes, we did a song called we've done a video for Vigilante.
Right.
Which I think I sent to you as well. I
have got another one. Yeah, maybe I'll play out with that later on.
Cool. So that one. And we had plans to do a couple more, but then obviously we keep on going into lockdown, then out of lockdown, then in lockdown, out of lockdown. So it's kind of, we're just kind of waiting until we can film again, really. But so we have plans. It just depends on what the hell's going on.
Plans are all up in the air with fucking the way the world is at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating because we had gigs planned and tours planned before this all happened, And so for us, a lot of the fun, I think Piton wrote something in the chat as well. A lot of where we sell more is from playing live. So we just want to obviously play more gigs, It's something we can't do right now, but as soon as we're allowed to play, we're gonna get back on the stage and continue where we kind of left off when all this craziness started to happen.
And as like maybe the corona could be like the post-apocalyptic event that you sing about. Maybe it's a bit too close.
So, yeah. I think the mask is a new idea for us now.
Yeah.
Everyone's wearing mask.
Yeah. Also, has the corona stopped you from like doing more recordings or anything like that? Has it held you back from rehearsing together, or have you still been able to get together, or you've been locking down and not seeing each other? Maybe you're doing stuff like online. A lot of people send riffs backwards and forwards and make their music that way. Has it been affecting you for actually writing your songs?
To be honest, in the writing aspect, we haven't really been writing too much. Both myself and Piton have side projects as well, and I think Piton is focusing more on his side project. and I was focusing on my side stuff. But we recently started to write some new material for the next album.
Right.
So it hasn't really, I mean, we've not really worked, so we haven't. But to be honest with you, I think if we was writing the music, we'd still meet up anyway and break the rules.
Rebels.
Exactly, needs to be done.
So let's talk about the most recent release then. Going back to 2019, was it Bunker 132? Is it Bunker 132? What's first off? What is Bunker 132? Is that part of the concept?
Yeah, Bunker 132 is a bunker where I mean the story is a very vast kind of story, and we're still kind of understanding where we want to go with it. But Bunker 132 is one of the first bunkers where we were all kind of created and started to spread the word of Ygodeh.
Right.
And obviously, as we had like a new concept for this album as well, it just made more sense that we. Hey, Beck.
Hello. Hey. I think it's, sorry, I'm interrupting. But I think it should be good now. And when you're done talking,
oh, it's frozen. Oh man, just that's famous last words. I think we should be good now.
Yeah, I think we should be good now.
Andrea.
Oh, that'll be on his tombstone. I think he should all be good now. It was quite loud as well when that microphone was quite loud that he was playing there. It was a bit almost on the deafening side, but you're muted at the moment. You know that. When you're muted at the moment. I'm not sure if you want to. What was we talking about? Anyway, let's go back to the Bunker 132, the concept.
132 was where it kind of first started, and obviously that being our first album, made sense to call it Bunker 132. But maybe Morton had something. I think he was going to say something as well.
Yeah. You got any input on the Bunker 132, Morton? You have to turn off. Oh, go on.
Can you repeat the question? Because let me just start by saying I need to introduce you to someone. It is the new savior of English metal. His name is Cheap. And Cheapo. I was trying to get on the hotel Wi-Fi, but I couldn't. I'm too slow. So this stellar legend, he just threw me a hotspot.
Hey, well done.
How's it
going? So now I can hear you guys well. I'm so sorry for nothing. Okay.
Where's your mark?
I have the question again, Graham. I'm sorry about this. Thank you.
You want the question again? We were just talking about the album for 2019, Bunker 132, like the concept. What is Bunker 132? And just generally talking about where we recorded it and all that kind of thing. We'll move on to that. But we just go on with Bunker 132. What's it all about?
Perfect. Bunker 132. When we sort of started to create this world that we played in, that we have these characters in, then sort of slowly came this idea that we needed like some sort of headquarters in this world. And so it's Bunker 132 is both like it's sort of like our headquarters, our haven, our bunker in this crazy world. It's also like, metaphorically, it's like just this sort of playground that we can do anything in. The album became. It was actually our guitar player Pavelushka who came up with the idea of the Bunker 132, because actually the song on the album called Bunker 132 was written by him based on an idea he had, a storyline from this world. And the idea that he had was him running around this post-apocalyptic world, finding the different band members, finding me, turning me into half a robot, and then cramping all the different band members into his secret bunker, and that was basically it. And then he wrote this song, and it's a great song. It's the song called Bunker 132 on the album.
And it's kind of like the band origin story, kind of like. How the band got together, kind of story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it started with like a video idea, and then he shot the video. We all shot the video on this like old crusty video cam that he had bought in Latvia at some point, and it was shot in this night mode, and it looks really cheap, but it's really good based on the fact that it's, you know.
So there's a video for Bunker 132 as well. Are you saying?
Say again?
There's a video for the track Bunker 132 as well.
Yeah, okay. There is.
I'm not seeing that one. We were just talking about the one night stand video, how it was traumatizing my people watching it on my vidcast. All the guys were like, you know, oh, this is disturbing. I need eye bleach and all that kind of stuff. So you might be getting some psychology bills sent your way in the future. But,
absolutely. No, if I can say something about that video, it was actually funny because. So we teamed up with this Italian video or a filmmaker. He's really, really talented. It's what he does. He's a filmmaker. And I had the idea pitched for the video that we were a band, or like we were sort of captured in a really beautiful woman's house, and she was sort of used as her sex slaves. Right. And that was great. And I arrived at the shooting that day, thinking that was the case, and I was like, "So who's going to be the beautiful woman?" I was the guy, Alex, middle-aged guy, and I was, all right, this guy is fantastic, super cool. He's a super good actor, and I was like, all right, well, let's do this, and then we jumped into it. I like the video because it's just absolutely crazy.
It's good stuff. That's interesting. Because my channel, I do a lot of comic book stuff as well. But because I'm big into comic books, you guys, you're going to turn the story of Ygodeh into a comic book. I mean, that could be pretty cool. I mean, also the concept is like I know you've got the concept, the general concept, but you ever consider doing like a story kind of going through the songs? Is that part of the deal, or maybe might come up in the future?
For me, in regards to the story, I know for the next album we do have a story. I would love to see that actually. It's a pretty cool idea. I mean, I love comic books myself as well, so it'd be pretty cool to see these characters and lots others. That makes no sense, but yeah, and lots of other characters join us in our craziness.
Yeah. Sorry, if I can also answer that. You say you're a graphic book or a graphic novel fan. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, cool.
Graphic novel. And I was in a cafe in New York last year, and then I'm sitting there having a cup of coffee, and behind me I hear these two guys, and they're doing like actually storyboarding a comic book, and they're saying things. Oh yeah, he should hold this sword with both hands, so you can really see the guts coming out of the guy he's cutting in half. And I was like, I need to talk to these guys. They seem like they're doing the best thing in the world. So I turned around and talked to them, and actually got hooked up with their graphic artist, who then actually did what do you call it? Like sketches or like drawings of all the characters in the band, cool. Which are. And it came out really well. We haven't used them yet in PR, but when the time is right, we will. So there's not far from some sort of graphic.
There is a connection. Yeah. So I can imagine like this kind of story you've come up with for the band. It's got to be like movies or comic books or books that you've read that have given you this kind of influence to do that. What kind of what are your influences on the actual story of Ygodeh? What kind of is there anything in there that you really, like maybe Fallout 4 or Mad Max movies? What kind of thing was the main influence for this story?
I think it was very much, of course, the Mad Max movies. This whole idea that society has disappeared, but again, just leaning upon like the Mad Max theme solely. There are other bands that do that out there, and it's. So it was more, I think we focused more about the characters in it instead of the world. So the characters are really well developed. Like we have a bass player who he used to be a submarine brothel owner, operating a submarine that he would take out from the coast of Wales, and there would be crazy orgies there. But at some point, all the prostitutes, they sort of did a mutiny, and he was marooned on a boat for 3 months. Only a bottle of what's it called? What's it called? Captain Morgan rum.
Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
I
think a submarine brothel brings a whole new meaning to the phrase "up periscope." I think.
That's too hard.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Morton? I'm trying to look at the glass.
It looks refreshing.
Is Mossy. So this is a Zambian beer, and Mossy, short for the Victoria Falls. Like that's the name in Ngoni. I think Ngoni is the language. So yeah,
cool.
What's the percentage?
It's like very normal. It tastes very much like any other sort of beer, like Amstel.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah. But what's the other story for the other band member? So we've got the sex robot, we've got the submarine brothel keeper, we've got the religious nut cult leader, whatever, Jesus. There's a fourth guy as well, isn't there?
Yeah, and then the last one is Piton. His name is.
Is he the only original member? Is he the only original member of the band? So he's the one guy from Latvia that's left in the band, is he?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got quite an international lineup by the sounds of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. Very multicultural. And we have a Danish drummer like Metallica. You're a lot better.
I'm equally bad on drums. So the last, that's the guitar player, is the original band member from Latvia. He is he's almost as crazy as just his normal person as his character. So the character is his name is Piston, and he is a self-taught surgeon. He is a band bus mechanic and band bus driver, and he has sort of, just because he's really good at fixing the band bus, he was thinking, well, if I can do that, I can also fix people. We sort of applied the principle one-to-one to humans, and he has caused many a death. And you'll see in the video number 132 that he's sort of applying that to Melissa Robb, the drummer, doing that. So yeah, he's just this absolute psychopath. But in real life, Piton, he is, or Pavlushka, he's extremely crafty, and he's now working, I think, on his fourth homemade guitar. So the guitar when we play live, is actually made from like a used bunk bed and a Hoover, and but it sounds fantastic. Yeah, and it looks insane.
So either way, it's customized. So it looks crazy, is it? Or does it just look like a normal guitar, or does it look like a crazy blinking?
No, it looks crazy. Yeah,
guitar.
Yeah, it's great, and it just adds to the visuals of our performances. That both the guitar player and the bass player, they're playing on trash.
What about the drum kit? You're not going to make any crazy drum kits out of dustbin lids and shit?
That's a good question. We've had the idea of trigger mics.
Yeah.
So these all things, you sort of stick them on something, and then when you hit that thing, there's an electric that goes into like a drum machine. We've out with the idea of just putting trigger mics and all kinds of different rubbish. The problem is when you play live, there's often a drum kit there already. Then you have to remove that. You have to run around with your own trash cans or whatnot.
Well, I think a sound man would probably have a heart attack. Well, no, sound man you'd probably have to do your own sound if you were setting up, because the sound man would just say, "I'm not putting up with this shit. If I can use the kit that's there, or fuck off." That's what the sound man would say.
Exactly. Exactly. So, but it would be fun in the future, like when when we start playing, stadiums, I'll do that. But no, at this point, yeah, it's too much of a. So yeah, but it's a very good idea. Good question, my friend.
What other elements have you got in the live arena? Because say the synthetic sound. Have you got like some samples, like intros or anything like that going on?
Yeah, we have a nice little intro. It's actually the last track of the album, I think. Called what's it called? Bus Fires and Betrayers. No, yes.
Betrayers.
There we go.
Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So that's our outro on the album, Bunker 132. But that also is our intro when we play gigs. And yeah, we're a very electronic style band as well. So a lot of electronic sounds are coming from a backing track and not like a keyboardist or a synthesizer on the stage.
Yeah.
And then with the costumes and the smoke and stuff, it makes people feel like they're a part of our world as much as possible. But as I said, like before this lockdown stuff happened, we was kind of really getting into a groove as to how we can bring the madness onto the stage. And it's something that we're still going to continue to do once, things go back to normal.
Yeah, whatever the new normal is.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah, it's like kind of very inventive to be able to come up with all this stuff and actually putting it into place. I mean, I dare say there's plenty of ideas that you have, and you're just like, well, that's a fucking good idea, but it'd be impossible to put together. I mean, if you could do the impossible when money was no object, I mean, what would be the ideal, the epitome, the zenith of your like creative on stage stuff? What would happen? Like hot jetpacks and shit like that. What would you do?
More, and this is your territory.
All right. So I think we would like to play in okay. We're playing the Peter's Chapel of the Vatican. It's full of metalheads and cosplayers and generally crazy people. And they're all standing looking at the altar at the end. All of a sudden, from the side comes this gigantic, like, ramming through the wall band bus with the machine gun turrets on top. It's so big. Then when the side comes down, it's us there, and then they're mounted all kinds of different loudspeakers everywhere. And then Jesus, he goes up the pulpit, and then he starts preaching from there. And we're running around. I think that would be the ultimate gig.
That would be cool. That would be cool. You have to maybe you have to get into some animation, do some animated videos where you can where there's no object to what kind of shenanigans you get up to.
Cool.
Do you have any backdrops on stage? Any video screens or anything like that? You contemplated anything like that to add to the live experience?
We did create Claudio Revanelli. He did create a really nice backing thing for us at one gig. They played in London in 2019. I think it's 2019. But yeah, when we got there, the venue couldn't display it because their projectors weren't working. So yeah, but again, it's something we want to add to the live experience of Ygodeh.
You're gonna need a big van though to carry all the stuff that you might be contemplating in the future.
We've had all kinds of different, when you work in a concert band and you have characters and you're in a different world, you get sort of away from that normal visual of 4 or 5 guys in metal shirts with long hair headbanging and so there really isn't anything that we can't do. So we call it concerts, yes, but also we want to see it. We want people to sort of see it as some sort of sermon, because we have Jason in the middle. And he is this insane priest who is teaching people of the riddle of riddle of metal. And there's this whole thing, there's nothing we can't do. We can tell a whole story. We can break down a little bit of the barriers between just like a normal metal concert and theater far along the way. And we've we've done that before. I don't know if you've mentioned, Andre, about like how we've had burlesque performers.
Oh yeah, I didn't. No, not yet. No, sorry. Yeah,
that's cool.
And Gray, it's fun because you have like an audience of metalheads, and they're standing there, with their arms crossed, and maybe they're a little bit of head nodding, and this is all right. All of a sudden, this like half-naked burlesque, gorgeous woman comes on, and they can't be metalheads anymore. They're like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is fun. And then, that no one will not be looking at the stage at that point, and we're behind, and they're interacting with us. We have this video we can try to send you where they're basically on stage just whipping the shit out of us while we're playing, and it's so much fun. So we're trying to not be like, there's so much metal coming out today that's just very similar, but yeah, we try not to. We try to be ourselves in any way we can.
Be a bit different and kind of like make yourself stand out. That kind of thing is, you don't get that many people. I think most bands, like you say, they just t-shirts and like just get their heads down and rock out. But like, it's cool to like do something different and dream big and like try and get as big a stage show as you can. And I mean, I used to. I mean, did you ever dig Ygodeh back in the day? You ever watch Ygodeh with all their stage?
Yeah.
Any thought of like doing something like that, like having characters like come on stage and a bit of blood and guts maybe, or have an enemy of Ygodeh. I remember the Ygodeh had the like the Parents Association, whatever it was, he was complaining against a couple of PMRC or something like that. Oh, it was similar to that anyway. Maybe you got some like enemy that's trying to track down Ygodeh for crimes against, I don't know, whatever. Crimes against normality.
That'd be quite cool. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I mean, go for it. Yeah.
All right.
Well, okay. It's like with the new album, there's a huge concept about Ygodeh going beyond the bunker and interacting with different factions in this idea that we have of these wastelands and different characters, and not just about one character, but all the characters in the band, and singing about the band and other characters that they meet along their journey. So of course, I think visually, it'd be cool in the video or on stage to have other characters on board, not just the beautiful burlesque women that we're graced to have. They're really amazing people as well, not just physically. But that's a really cool idea, definitely.
Well, I'm looking forward to see what future stuff comes out. What future videos you're going to do? It kind of a lot of this. I think it's reminded me of. I used to do a lot of role playing games, and I actually wrote my own role playing game for my mates and that called Road Warriors. It was kind of like based on Rad Max kind of stuff, but in the UK. And I remember I had all the different places mapped out. I think one place had a radioactive consciousness that come to life, kind of thing. And then there was they were just a bunch of like brigands and raiders going around robbing people, and one of the guys is called Mad Psycho Bastard, and he was a DJ, and he had a van with all the music bursting out the back of his van as he was driving along. So it just reminded me of that, like the music mixed in with the post-apocalyptic madness.
You know what, Greg? We have this again. Every time we come up with a new character, we meet someone who has like a really cool character. We invite them onto our band bus, a virtual band bus. Say, for instance, Andre, he has a. How old is he now? Your boy.
11, going
11.
on 16, 17.
11 going on.
11,
strange kid. No. So and he's on the band bus too, because we like the idea that this kid was like the mastermind behind the whole thing. He would just sit in the back of the bus and direct everyone else. He's on the. We have our makeup artist that helps us out with videos and stuff. She's on the band bus too. She's sort of doing our finances, but she's cooking the books and skimming everything. So you kept the Gray. What was it called? A radioactive bastard. Every welcome to come on.
Yeah, I like that name. That's a good name. Yeah, you'll probably have to sort of keep him like sitting in a corner so he doesn't irradiate too many people. Or have his own personal Geiger counter or something like that. Yeah.
We're dragging you after our bus, this little cage with wheels. And you're gonna chain just radioactive.
That's a good idea.
That's cool. I love it.
Oh man. But if you need me to come and play that in a video, just let me know.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Actually, maybe that's a good way. That's something that I don't think any metal band has ever done before. I don't think any metal band has had their own role play written. Gray, we need to talk.
Right, okay. I dig out my old. I can't remember the rules now, but yeah, I think I kind of messed it up half the time. But yeah, just it was good fun anyway. So what's the future? What's the future, Howard? I mean, have you got any new songs written and ready? New concepts for the next release? Which is going to be EP or another album, or what you're planning?
Yeah. We myself and Pete are writing the new album now. I think there's 2 tracks done already. And we will, with new album, we want to continue what we was stopped doing because of the pandemic and stuff. Because we was actually going to go on tour in March 2020 when everything happened.
Wow, that's bad. That's bad timing.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we want to. We're supporting our friends in the band called the Medea Project, a very good band. If you're not heard.
Oh yeah, I know them. I know the Medea Project. Yeah.
Yeah. Really cool guys. So we were supporting them for the release of their album. So yeah, if we want to kind of continue what we was doing, finish that tour, release the new album, more music videos, and just keep on playing as many gigs as we can.
Yeah. Where did you record the album anyway? We didn't get onto that. The Bunker 132. Is that you recorded that in London, or did you record it yourself?
Yeah.
Or just go into the studio.
Yeah, it's recorded all by ourselves. Basically, Piton again, as Melissa Raab said, he's a crazy mastermind. But he's also very intelligent with a degree or something in audio engineering. So he's got everything set up in his own little lab. So
that comes in handy.
Record all the, yeah, definitely. So we all so the albums that I've done with Ygodeh, they're all done with him. We recorded at home. And to be honest with you, the sound quality is fucking amazing. Like he's generally very, very good.
Cool.
I really hope that he ends up doing sound design for other, bigger bands because he's a talent. He's really good.
Cool. As long as he doesn't make him too busy to actually do your band.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I know about the sound, how it's recorded. So actually, the guitar sound for Bunker 132 was Piton. He had put like he made an amp out of like this sort of big metal drum that had been used for like carrying mustard or something. He's also a chef. He sort of taken that, built an amp out of it, and then this crazy sad guitar sound came. But he's honestly a genius. It's an honor to have him on the list.
Yeah. Has there been any label interest at all? Have you been shopping that stuff to labels, seeing if you can get signed, or you all prefer to do it your own way without any kind of like label poking their nose in? I don't know. I think at the moment, because again, we kind of got stopped in our tracks. Like with the last album, it came out in October 2019, I think. It was Halloween. And then obviously the pandemic happened in like 6 months later or whatever. Yeah.
We was on a tour in December, and then we was going to go on tour in March.
Yeah.
We were like generating a lot of interest and having a lot of fun, and it all kind of stopped. So we haven't. Me personally, I haven't really thought about labels and stuff. And I've worked with labels and I've worked without labels with previous projects. And to be honest with you, unless it's a big label, you're better off doing it yourself. But I mean, obviously, if a big label comes on board and they say, "Oh, we want to help you guys out and not screw you over," then yeah, definitely would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, what would be the benefits? Would they throw some money at you and say, "Here you go, put that into doing stuff"? Like if they did that would be handy. But
here's some new costumes. Here's a new bus. Definitely.
Yeah. Here's an extra grand for prostitutes and drugs. There you go. Just enjoy yourselves. Come back with an album.
You take the money, and then Mr. Rob kills them all, and then
exactly.
move on. So.
All right. what else could I talk about? Have you got anything else you wanted to mention?
Right.
Anything coming? Sorry?
No, I was just saying in terms of getting signed and stuff. I think we are we don't have that sort of need and urge to get signed to become big.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really matter if you play a concert for 20 people that are super into it in a small concert place or 20,000 people. It's not necessarily a better experience. We do it because we like playing. So because of that, there's no sort of pressure on us. It's not that we're like, we haven't gotten signed yet. We haven't gotten big. We're doing this because we really like it, and we're very, welcoming people forward in our crazy world. They're so welcome. But yeah, that sort of frees us. So we never panic because we're not playing Wembley yet.
No, fair enough. What about, have you got any booking agents or anything like that working for you, or PR, or is it all literally you doing it all yourself, like you're independent?
Yeah, it's all independent. I mean, a lot of the stuff was being done by myself and Pitten and Morton. I think everyone kind of chipped in. Everyone kind of took hands on other aspects of arranging a tour or booking venues, etc. And it was all working. It was all working well. We was getting good numbers, getting rid of merchandise, ordering more merchandise. So we was having a good time. Getting drunk, having fun, and doing it again.
Have you got any wacky merchandise? Have you got the Ygodeh dildos yet, or anything like that? Or
no, not yet. I need to talk to Claudio because I really want to use that one that was in the video, but the last one I saw Claudio, it didn't look the same.
I'm not going to ask any more questions. Was it ruined, or was it like, oh no, let's not go there?
Yeah, it was a bit ruined.
Oh man.
Yeah, I like the whole idea of like some sort of quirky merch.
Yeah,
yeah.
Ygodeh action figures, that would be cool.
True.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be awesome.
Work on that comic book as well, guys. Work on that comic book. I want to see a Ygodeh comic book. That'd be awesome.
Oh, can I ask you, real fast, comic book fan to comic book fan, what's your favorite comic book?
I'm terrible at favorites. I can't choose favorite anything because I can't choose favorite. I like two of my favorite characters are Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, because it was the first series that I read from start to finish, and the Demon. I like the Demon a lot as well. I'm more DC than Marvel. More DC. I like Marvel, but Marvel I kind of quit in the 90s and went full DC. But now I'm sort of like, I stopped reading comics in 2013. But I came back to them in 2018. But rather than buying monthly, I'm only seeking out old ones, So modern comic books are too expensive. So I just try and buy old ones for as cheap as I can, It's like £3.50 for a single comic now. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not. Not the worth isn't, the value isn't there at that price. Which is why I try and get them cheap. So you got any old comic books you want to sell? No, I'm joking.
That's why you want us to make a comic book, so you can be like, can I have a free version? It was my idea, and then you have a free comic book.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, we crack on with that. But yeah, maybe you could come on again another time and talk comic books. Like, if you want to show some comic books sometime.
Sure.
I actually do a weekly Saturday at 7:00. I do a show called Cover Slingers Showdown, where we have a theme and there's like a group of us and we just show our covers. Like, so say for today, the theme is red-headed males. And I normally show loads of Jimmy Olsen. It's kind of like my thing. The judge, who's my mate, she hates Jimmy Olsen. So I'm always showing Jimmy Olsen covers to wind her up, kind of thing. And now that's why red-headed males got on the. We have like a wheel to choose what this thing's going to be. And that's how we got on there, because we knew it's just going to it's just going to go. Oh, I hate Jimmy. So I'm going to wind her up all day with Jimmy Olsen covers. So that'll be fun.
Nice. You being a DC fan, have you watched the Justice League Zack Snyder cut?
No, it's all about. I haven't got the channel. It's like, was it HBO or something like that? And that's the thing.
No, it's on. If you got Sky, it's on Sky Cinema or.
No, all I've got is Netflix, and Amazon Prime. So unless it comes on one of those two, hopefully it'll come on one of those. It's like the WandaVision. I want to watch that, but I can't watch that because I haven't got HBO. Or was it Disney? I can't remember. That's the thing. I remember. I'm an old fucker, but I kind of miss the days when there was only 4 channels. You know, it was so much easier.
Yeah,
4 channels.
So much
Maybe not so much choice, but at least you could be guaranteed to watch anything that came out. You know what I mean? But yeah, but never mind.
Post-Brexit Britain, there are no channels.
Yeah,
you just look into a rock until you're sleepy.
Yeah, in post-Brexit Britain, you just stare into the distance wistfully. That's all we do nowadays. Just,
and every once in a while, you laugh a little bit as if you're lost your mind.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Anyway, anything else you want to might as well finish up now? I'll go for about an hour, so that's normally long enough to get all the stuff. But if you've got anything, I've kind of got like an unlimited StreamYard now because I started paying for it. So if you guys want to chat about anything or, I don't know, show your comic books or whatever you want to do, you know, I'm easy to hang out or we can all fuck off and go about the rest of our days. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, no, with me, it's been great. It's been great to meet and talk.
Yeah.
And then it's been nice to kind of get back into this after a year. I think a year today was when we played the gig last year. So it's been nice to kind of get back, slowly start to see things happening again, you know, and connecting with like the metal world in that way. But one thing definitely. One thing I was going to say as well, if you get the opportunity, do watch the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. It's fucking amazing. It's really good. Really
definitely. It's on my list. I mean, I even want to watch the Wonder Woman movie. I've heard people slagging off the Wonder Woman movie, but I still want to watch it myself and make my own mind up.
Oh yeah, no, I don't like Wonder. I don't like what's her face? Gal Gadot. Yeah, no. I don't think she looks like Wonder Woman for me. She's too like it's like a model in a costume. She's not an actress. But the Zack Snyder cut is amazing.
Cool. Yeah, no, thanks for that. Yeah, I've definitely got to check it out. But I didn't mind the original, to be honest. I thought the original was good. I quite liked it, but I'm kind of like easily pleased when it comes to superhero movies. Like I kind of I don't get myself too frustrated about them. I remember that Batman '89 when I saw that in the cinema, I was fucking raging. I was nerd raging in the cinema. I was like, Batman wouldn't do that. That's not Batman. Batman wouldn't do that. And then I nearly stood up at one point and went, no! In the middle of the cinema, I was seconds away. I had to control myself, compose myself. But that kind of took me a lesson not to be so fucking stupid about stuff and like just take it easy. Yeah. You know, you can't change it. It's the director's kind of vision, and they're going to do whatever they want to do. These guys. So I always look out for things that I think are good from the comic books, and that always makes me, that's cool. That would be straight out of the comic book. That bit, that's really like believable for the character, that kind of stuff. But I kind of forget any negatives. I just go, whatever. That's the fucking director's vision, whatever. So I kind of like easily pleased. I like that.
Like I have a friend that really dislikes me because I quite enjoyed the reboot of the Star Wars movies, right? Do it. They destroyed everything that I held dear. It's all right. Yeah, but so hard.
Yeah, some fans can go a bit crazy. So I try not to be too mad. Oh dear. So anyway, hopefully, I'm starting to try and do more of my channel now that I've got StreamYard. I'm trying to do more. So I'm doing like hangouts as well. I'm doing Friday nights heavy metal hangouts, and I might do a midweek one as well, just because I've got fucking unlimited StreamYard, and I'm trying to grow my channel kind of thing. So if you guys want to hang out on any one of those sometime, you know, you've got my Facebook page. Just messages if you fancy hanging out and talking metal, having a beer, talking comics, whatever comes up, kind of thing.
Definitely, I'll go for that. Yeah.
Sure. Cool. Oh, also, I don't think you haven't done me an intro for my podcast yet, have you? I don't think you have. I don't remember if you sent. Did you send me an intro for my podcast? I don't think you did. Let me just because all it is it just means I can give you another play. Basically, I like to kick off a show with an intro. Just you guys, hey, this is so and so from however you want to do it. This is so and so from Ygodeh. You're listening to High Street Hangover podcast, and then I kick on with one of your songs, kind of thing. So if you guys have got a couple of minutes to spare to hit me with a little tiny MP3 intro, then it guarantees at least one extra play, at least one. And sometimes I do theme shows as well. So if you happen to have a song that fits the theme that I'm doing for, you might get played on that one as well, kind of thing. But they all go in the folder, and like I dig them out when I need them, kind of thing. But anyway, cheers for coming on. It's been great chatting to you and finding out all your interesting concepts. No worries. Thanks for coming. And yeah, hopefully, if you get anything out in the future, of course, any new releases, hit me up. Send me MP3s. If you want to promote something, come back up. Just let me know, and we can come on another chat.
Definitely.
Cheers.
Cool.
Let's say goodbye then.
See you guys. Take
Thanks
care.
for having us on.
No worries, mate. It was a pleasure. It sobered me up. It's like my hangover's gone now. I feel rejuvenated. Maybe we'll go for a beer in the Bell sometime as well, Jesus.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely, man. Yeah.
See you later, everyone.
Cool. See you guys.